Hey, buenos dias, y'all. Come on. In honor of Mexican Heritage Month, we decided to do a little Spanish song there. Kevin's guitar was talking in Spanish. Mine was still talking in English. That's all it knows. This is the very last installment of our Everyday Saints. And today, Kagan is going to interview our very own AV engineer, Cynthia Acebo. I hope you're pumped for this, y'all. It's going to be an insightful time. And as a special treat, Cynthia will be singing the last song with us. It's going to be badass. So here we go. But first, we need a gospel song to get this thing a-cranking. So here we go. Right in. Every time I feel the Spirit, everything in my heart, I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Come on. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Upon that mountain, when my Lord spoke, out of his mouth came fire and smoke. In the valley, on my knees, I asked the Lord, have mercy, please. Now, every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Jordan River, chilly and cold, chills my body, but not my soul. All around me, oh, so shine. Eyes, my Lord, oh, smile. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. There ain't but one train from this track, runs to heaven, rolls right back. Where it leads me, I never fear, for I know my God is near. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Say, every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Your timing is incredible. That is amazing. Yes. Right on the money, man. Are you kidding me? Share, share.
Good morning. Isn't it a beautiful morning? Yes, I'm glad to see you all here, and those of you I don't see online, welcome. Let's speak our welcome candle together, as we do every time we meet. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, it does not matter. Ours is not a caravan of despair. Come, even if you have broken your vows 1,000 times. Come yet again.
Right on. Thank you, Sharon. Yeah. Y'all, we need to stand and sing a song together, would you please? It's a very traditional old melody, but with some brand new lyrics that we totally agree with. So, here we go. 1, 2, and sing. Lyrics are on the screen. Sing every verse 2. Here we go.
As a tiny seed is planted, roots emerge and growth begins. So we ask our hearts enchant and bring your kingdom forth from within. Love unquenchable, hope unstoppable, reign of justice with no end. Use our lives and make it possible that your garden we may tend.
Verse 3.
Send us forth to sow and scatter seeds which grow your kingdom on earth. Make it clear the ways that matter, those which bring new life and new birth. Through your people, bring your healing in our lives and the fruits that we grow. Evermore your kingdom revealing. Now's the time to plant and sow. Evermore your kingdom revealing. Now's the time to plant and sow.
Come on, y'all. Now is the time to plant and sow. I got like 10 plants at the house I need to plant today, so that reminds me. We're singing gardeny stuff in a garden. It doesn't get any better than that, y'all. Would y'all please take a moment and offer one another a sign of peace while we jam out?
Wiggle on back, wiggle on back. All right now. Jumping over chairs. Okay, we've got some real energy in here today. If you're still standing, I encourage you to find a chair. All right now, good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone feeling today? We're a little excited today. Is it the weather, perhaps? We're not sweating? Wow, it's spectacular. Welcome to the garden. My name is Kagan Parker. I'm the director of this beautiful community, 1111 in the Garden. Thank you for being here with us today, and thank you to those joining us online. We are jazzed to be here with you today. Did everybody get one of these? Okay, we're gonna run through it real quick. I wanna start with two things that are not posted on here. We did have two of our beloved community members pass away recently. I believe Shar mentioned last week Dr. John Taylor. He passed away September 15th. September 25th. His service is going to be on October 18th at 10 a.m. at Genesis UMC. I will be posting that in our email just in case you'd like to join for that service. I think he was a part of our community for a very long time. So we're going to be feeling his loss for some time. I think it's really wonderful to be able to go to that service if available. We also lost our beloved Miss Sharon Ward. She passed on the 15th. Her service is going to be here in the garden on October 19th at 2 p.m., so right after service. So if you're here on Sunday, just go ahead and linger for a little bit, and we'll go ahead and start that service shortly then. Okay, so put those in your calendar, and I'll send those out as well. So things that are also happening this month, it is Hispanic Heritage Month, which is very exciting. And so because of that, I decided to do something a little crazy. Here we like to kind of flip things upside down and look at them differently. So we're taking All Saints Day, and we're looking at it through the perspective of the Hispanic heritage, which is Dia de los Muertos. Does that sound familiar? Okay, so we'll be celebrating the whole month of October here. We'll be building an ofrenda here up on stage. So that means I need y'all's help. Is that okay? Okay, so to build the ofrenda, I need photos of your loved ones that have passed, and I need their favorite snacks. I'm asking that you put them in like a Ziploc bag together with your name on them. I will keep them and take them home with me, so they're not just gonna be up here at the garden, and I'll set them up every Sunday morning so that we have an opportunity to look at all our beloved ones that aren't with us any longer. And then on the 26th, we will be celebrating officially Dia de los Muertos because we don't have service the following week. So we'll have a special service planned for that. We'll have special music. It'll be a wonderful opportunity to just hold space for those that are no longer with us, but who reside within us always. Was there a bug? Yeah. Okay, did you get it? Oh no, somebody get the bug. Oh no, thank you, Amy. Woo! We're taking it outside. We don't kill bugs around here. We put them back where they belong.
Is it okay if the snacks are like fresh fruit or my mom's favorite lasagna recipe?
That's a wonderful question, Nancy. It's like we planted you. Yes, that is a wonderful note. If you are bringing a snack, which is kind of a part of the tradition, so if you bring a snack, it needs to be non-perishable. If it is perishable, just bring it on the 26th, and that way it doesn't spoil or go bad or anything. How does that sound? Yes. Are we excited? Yes. Okay, we're experimenting. We've got some wonderful Hispanic individuals in our community who are going to be guiding us and making sure that this experience is authentic as possible while allowing us to truly connect in a different way. So we've got no service on November 2nd. Can you say no service on November 2nd? No service on November 2nd. Okay, don't come here. We will be meeting online. The Japanese Festival is here. The Fall Japanese Festival is here at the Botanic Gardens. November 1st and 2nd, I do encourage that you participate in that, but our service will be virtual. So I'll have that posted online for you guys that Sunday morning. Wine and Wishful Thinking, we meet October 7th at 6:30 at Wine House. That's been hilarious. Is it? Okay, the next one. What's the second one? No, is it me? The 14th. This is why I need you guys. Okay, so Wine and Wishful Thinking, not the 7th, the 14th. It says we meet every 2nd and 4th. Thank you, Amy. Folded Pages Book Club. We're meeting this Wednesday at 6:30. That's been fascinating. And if you've not joined us, there's still space for that. We're building ceremonies, we're building community, we're getting authentic, we're really spending time with this book and allowing it to change our lives, and it's been really special. Who did Sacred Sounds? Did anybody go to Sacred Sounds? Was it fun? Yeah, we had fun. So Sacred Sounds, bless you. Sacred Sounds is a new program going on at our mother church. It is an opportunity to sit in prayer with accompanied music. I believe this last one was jazz. I think the next one is country. So there's a wonderful opportunity to spend time in the FUMC garden and spend time in community there, as well as just a beautiful meditative opportunity. Let's see. Am I missing anything else? Sheets and towels. Thank you. Men's shoes and sheets and towels is what we're searching for this month for our the Mission. So if you don't know, we have a nonprofit called The Mission that's attached to Fort Worth United Methodist. It is our outreach to all the houseless individuals in Fort Worth. Anybody who can get to us, we're happy to help. So this is how we play a role in making sure that they have all the things that they need to be comfortable or anything that they might be missing. Sometimes they find permanent housing, and this helps build their homes for them, to help to, store their closets and things like that. So sheets and towels and men's shoes, I think it was like 9, 10, 11s were specifically needed for this season. And then ukulele starts meeting on Monday.
I don't think they have to be new sheets and towels, but they do need to be washed and dried and folded.
Washed, dried, gently used towels. Gently used. Okay. Yeah, don't bring nothing nasty, y'all. Say again. I'd bring a variation. That's a great question. Twin, king, full. I think I would lean towards twins if you're bringing sheets. But that's a wonderful question.
They asked for queen size.
Queen? Okay.
So maybe the other sizes like full and twin might be good this time.
Okay.
But I'll check with the office.
Thank you. Y'all are chatty today. I like this. They do. Oh my gosh. This is so fun. Okay, am I missing anything else besides ukulele? Starts this Monday at 6 p.m. We're meeting at Miss Sandra's house. If you need the address, I'll be happy to send it to you. You can let me know, or any of the other ukuleles know. We're very excited to have them back. Who's familiar with Kids Hope? Okay, like 5 people. Okay, Kids Hope is a nonprofit that FUMC sometimes participates with. It's basically like Big Brother, Big Sister, but you get a little and you help them do their homework and you help them read, you spend time with them, and they do a Christmas party every year. The ukuleles will be performing on December 15th at their Christmas party. So that'll be really fun. And we're also looking for volunteers for Kids Hope. So if you do find yourself with a little bit of extra time during the week and you have a desire to make an impact on the youth, that's a wonderful way to do it. So I think I've run through literally everything. I don't think there's anything left. So we're going to be moving into our Kairos moment, where we take all that stuff we just discussed and we put it down. And we quiet our minds for a moment. We center ourselves to the breath and the air and the energy in this space. We connect with what's greater than us in pursuit of connecting with one another in a more authentic way. So we'll begin with a song, and then Miss Elena is going to lead our Kairos today.
Tell me a tale that always was. Sing me a song on Harvey's beat. Tell me a story that I can read. Tell me a story that I believe. Paint me a picture that I can see. Give me a touch that I can feel. Turn me around so I can be everything I was meant to be. Lord, I need loving. Lord, I need good love. Yeah. Lord, I need loving now. Lord, I need good love. Oh. to be. Yeah. Lord, I need love. Lord, I need good, good love. Lord, I need love and Lord, I need good, good love. Lord, I need love. Lord, I need good, good love. Lord, I need love. Lord, I need good, 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 good.
It's a little more upbeat than our normal Kairos song, huh? Yeah. But that's good, because today, instead of kind of turning inward, we're going to be a little bit of an outward expression in Kairos today and do a little bit of movement. Right? It's been a while since we've done something like this. And I think a lot of the time when we think about meditative movement, you think about something like yoga or walking a labyrinth or something that, maybe takes a little more time than what you have in your everyday life. But I've taken something from some of my theater training earlier in my life, and that's a Japanese method of very slow movement. And it's useful outside of theater, I think. So today we're going to take an exercise from that and apply it to sort of meditative time. And it's very simple. All you have to do is pick something. Pick a small movement. Maybe it's opening your hand and closing it, or lifting your arm up very slowly like this and then putting it back down. You could roll your neck slowly, but slowly is the key, right? So your aim is to go as slow as you possibly can as you make this movement. Kairos is the moment in between. In this case, the moment in between the beginning of the movement and the end of it. So let's take a breath. Feel your heart rate, and let that be your guide as you're timing. And we'll start your movement, and I'll tell a small story while you do it. In theater school, we had a very small cohort. There were about 10 of us for all 4 years. And we had movement class every Tuesday and every Thursday. And one of the exercises that we did was this very slow movement. And it would be applied through music, through very prescriptive exercises. But one day, when we came into class, my professor told us that we were going to be spending the entire hour-and-a-half block living life at this slow pace. And it was an improvisation exercise. The only thing that we were told we had to do was start on one end of the room, move towards the middle, then turn, walk forwards towards the front of the room, and then turn back. And we had the entire class period to live and reset our bodies and our hearts and our minds to this very slow pace. And when you do that, live in this very slow movement for a longer time, something starts to happen, and the normal fast pace of your thoughts slows down. And suddenly, this just becomes the pace of life. Now, as me and my cohort walked together, everyone moved at a slightly different pace. Most of us have a sort of inbuilt tempo that we worked off of. But in this day, in this long expanse of time, I found my tempo aligning with one of my classmates. He was walking from one side of the room, I was walking from the other. And when we met in the middle, completely unprompted, as there was no structure to this exercise really, we reached out and we took each other's hand. And from that point on, we were on this very slow journey together. But I didn't know what he was going to do, and he didn't know what I was going to do. We just existed in a sympathetic tempo and movement as we walked through this short time but long experience together. And I think that fundamentally changed something in the way that I understand relationships and how we relate to other people. Because we never know what another person is going to do, how they're going to react to what we're doing. But if you take that time to just be together and feel that connection that comes, when you spend the time and breathe and study your reactions instead of trying to think ahead, you can create something really beautiful together. If you're not finished with your movement, that's okay. You can continue it as we change into the sermon or the interview. But I hope that maybe you take some time, maybe in the morning while you're drinking coffee, see what happens if instead of making a quick, fast movement to lift your cup to your mouth, you take a little more time than you usually do. And think about the muscles that are causing that movement and how your tempo fits in with the tempo of the world around you. And so I'll take another deep breath in and out together. Thank you for sharing this time with me.
Good morning. So I'm here to read the sacred text to you today, and it's a poem. I've never done this before. Let's just do it the right way. Okay, so we have What We Need Is Here by Wendell Berry. My favorite part is horseback on Sunday morning. Can I go, please? Horseback on Sunday morning, harvest over, we taste persimmon and wild grape, sharp, sweet as summer's end. In time's maze over fall fields, we name names that rest on graves. We open a persimmon seed to find the tree that stands in promise, pale in the seed's marrow. Geese appear high over us, pass, and the sky closes. Abandoned as in love or sleep holds them in their way, clear in the ancient faith. What we need is here, and we pray, not for the new earth or heaven, but to be quiet in heart and in eye clear. What we need is here.
Our girl is putting down her iPad and making her way up here. Let's give her a huge round of applause. There she is. This is Miss Cynthia Acebo. Say hi, y'all. Hi. We're so excited. She literally was in the back working the sound for all those songs that you just listened to, and now she's all the way up here. It's like you've teleported. Welcome.
I just scurried, actually.
We scurried. How are we feeling?
I'm a little nervous, but yeah, I'm excited.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And I'm really honored to be here. I'm honored to be chosen to share myself and my passions, because we've definitely talked and I just go off on my passion. So we'll see. We'll see how today goes.
We love a passionate person. I think that was, it was one of the things that kind of stood out about Cynthia when we first met. Can you actually share a little bit about how we met, how we know each other? We know each other through Brad. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So Brad Thompson, I've known him for a little while, and we met at a gig with Brad Thompson, and I didn't even really know like who you were, but we just instantly went straight to the big stuff, talking about God, talking about our versions, and what, you know, and I think what connected me with her was there was just so much openness and so much room for interpretation and for questioning, and there was just an openness to her that I'm sure all of you experience this whenever you talk to her. We just clicked immediately, and we were like, we're friends. We're just immediately going to be friends. Yes, immediately, yes. Yeah.
And then I discovered that not only is she incredible, because I can agree, there was a synergy here. She's wonderful and open and curious and hilarious, but then there was this really raw talent that I was not expecting. So it was actually Becky and Larry's wedding that we were at.
Oh, yeah,
and she was doing the sound. So if you guys don't know, being a sound engineer is actually a male-dominated field. Women really have a hard time. I mean, any sort of STEM-related career, women have a hard time breaking in. But you've busted the door down and have taken over. Can you share a little bit about your passion for sound and then your passion for music, if we can go to the next slide, because Miss Cynthia is also a performer.
Yeah. So I always knew that I loved music, and my instrument is voice. And so I went to music school, and I took a recording class, and I just fell in love with it. And then I realized, wait a second, I could get paid to go to concerts. Are you serious? So I just thought that was like the coolest job. Not only am I getting paid to be there, but I'm like in control of the sound. So I just thought it was the coolest thing. But when I was in school, there were a few women in my recording classes, but it wasn't a lot. But I really didn't know. I mean, you know, you're not as a youth, you're not really going to that many shows. You're not really going to bars and venues because I'm young. So when I was in school, I didn't really realize that it was such a male-dominated field until I graduated. And then over the years, I've kind of looked up some statistics, and I've never seen anything over single digits for women. In my entire career, which I've been doing this about 10 years, I've only met one other woman. I know they exist, but they are rare, extremely rare. And so being a woman in this industry, you know, I've just experienced about probably everything you could imagine. Doubt, harassment, just crude, rude comments. I have to tell you this one story. Of course, it was in Deep Ellum. But, you know, I show up to a gig, and I go behind the sound booth, and a security guard and the owner come up to me, and they were like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm running the sound. No, you're not. I was like, yes, I am. I was like, how do I word this? So no, I'm running the sound. You know, and they're like, no, you're not. And they were getting up in my face, and I'm like, I'm just here to work. And it wasn't until I name dropped the man who hired me, then they were like, oh, okay. So, you know, like things like that have happened a lot. And I have many stories that would kind of damper the mood, I'm sure. It's really been fun. So of course, for all the bad experiences, I have many, many good experiences. And what I think is interesting about me and my perspective and the way that I mix, I'm a choir girl. I'm in the Fort Worth Chorale, and I'm a singer, and I use my femininity as I mix. Like I very much mix in an intuitive way. I mix to like how the vibrations feel to my body, and I think some engineers are a little bit more calculated, and they're a little bit more gear oriented, and I'm definitely like feels I'm like what are they trying to portray, like, and very emotional about it, but it's been a very interesting and cool career. I'm the head engineer at Magnolia Motor Lounge, and I work with Brad Thompson. I work with Brad Thompson. This might be sound stuff. It's always what is it? What's going on? It's a cable. It's always the cables. So I've really enjoyed this career, and I've had some really great experiences. And there's been so many amazing things. I've gone on a small tour, but definitely, like, being a woman has had its advantages for sure. And also its challenges. Oftentimes, people who are notoriously rude, like we know that those musicians are rude, like, oh, they've got a reputation. They're sweet to me. They're sweet, because I'm like, hi, how are you?
How
okay,
on earth could
whatever
you
you
be?
want, of course.
You could not be mean to you.
You know,
it doesn't make any sense at all.
And then, of course, so it's been balanced, but, it's an experience for sure.
I've heard some of the other horror stories. If you're ever up for them, she's happy to share. They're crazy. And I think this very technological world that you live in, balance is fascinating with the other world that you live in. If we can go to the next slide. Cynthia is dedicated to permaculture, and she'll tell you all about that, and food forests, and creating spaces that allow the earth to do what it's meant to do naturally, and to provide us with everything that we need. So if we can switch to the next slide so we can see those pictures, and then you'll tell us a little bit about, this is her home.
This is my home. These are the best pictures, though. Of course, it's looking a little crispy in some places sometimes. But so being in a very technical field where there's LED lights, there's subwoofers, there's plastic cables, black, everything is just very artificial and stimulating to the nervous system, extremely stimulating. I mean, I worked in a job where it was disrupting my sleep because it was just so stimulating. And so the way that I balance that is through nature, and it's through gardening. And so, of course, when Brad was like, oh, yeah, we do this thing at the Botanic Garden, I was like, sound and the Botanic Garden? Wait a second. So I was very, 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 I was like, immediately yes. Okay, cool. So I love gardening, and I do permaculture design. It's really, I've been gardening all my life. I've been a nature hiker kind of person. But I really got into permaculture when, in 2020, because, I as a sound engineer, I was unemployed for 9 months. So I was like, just sitting out there, speaking of like moving slowly and drinking coffee slowly, that's what I was doing I was sitting outside and I was just observing the seasons. And I had always kind of struggled in my garden with just, the Texas heat. And I always had excuses. Oh, it's too hot outside. Oh, it's my work schedule. It's something, it was labor intensive for me, my gardening, and it was stressing me out. And I was like, it shouldn't be stressful. Like, gardening should be the opposite. It should bring you peace, and it should be creative, an expression of yourself. It expands your living space from your house into this whole space that you have, hopefully if you have a yard. And so I got into permaculture design because I loved that it's essentially a design science, and it really blends ancestral knowledge, science, history, even spirituality. There are principles, there's ethics, and I really, really enjoyed learning all that. So I took a course that was, I think, 5 months long, 3 days a week for 3 or 4 hours, and there was a design project at the end, and it was absolutely changed my life. Like, it really did. I'm gonna cry. No, no, it really did change my life because I got way closer to nature, and I found what I was looking for, which was ease. And I started to change my mentality on what my garden should look like and how it should serve me, how I should serve it. And rather than forcing my yard and my garden to be something that it's not, I just changed my perspective. I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna say that I like that rocks and logs and this natural kind of. You see my borders. I use rocks for pathways. The top left one, those rocks, and then I use fallen logs and stuff. And I found that it's so much more rewarding for me to use things that I find naturally. So permaculture has really been amazing, and it's also in 2020 or sometime around there. There was the grocery store situation where there was not a lot of food. That shook me to my core, and I really realized how volatile our food system is. We are putting all of our eggs in an industrial basket, and it could fail. And if we don't have those skills, or not necessarily everybody have to have the skills, but if we don't have community to support that, I think we're in trouble. So it also provided me something that was really just a core, ancient, almost rebellious as well, kind of. I like to
Gardening is rebellion?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It is.
I love that.
Yeah.
There's so on the next slide, real quickly, you even have gone so far as to teach the youngins, which I think is my
the
favorite
same
part
height.
about this.
So if you guys have ever been to Race Street Coffee, they're over on Race Street, over near my house. I did a design for them. They're really into permaculture, and so this is an herb spiral, and this is just one of the really kind of cool techniques that we can use. This is one of the whimsical, adorable things. So it's basically you're using rocks in a spiral formation that goes up, and what those rocks do is, so you're creating a raised bed, but the rocks hold moisture, they add minerals, they add little microclimates for the roots to get into, and they're adorable. So I did that I installed those and if you go now, you can't even see them because they are completely covered in I let the kids go wild with the black-eyed peas. I was like, yeah, go for it. And they were all from my garden. And I was like, go for it. And so it's all black-eyed peas. It is a massive mound of vines right now. But you can't even see the rocks. But it was so much fun. And I really, really enjoyed teaching. So that was something that we did. And then the pollinator garden over where to kind of cover up a lot of their utility area, I installed that. And hopefully I'll be doing a little bit more in the fall. But
that'd be super cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the next slide, this is what her designs look like.
Yeah, that's Race Street Coffee. So yeah, we're and this is another one that's out in West Texas, which is a really, really tough climate. But the idea is we're analyzing the human interaction with the land, the like climate things, and we're just trying to work with nature as best we can and make it hopefully easy. So we do a lot of planting the rain, so a lot of earthworks where we're doing swales and rain gardens, and we try to focus on closed loop mentality, closed loop cycles. So rather than importing soil, importing seeds, importing water, we're trying to make everything self-sustaining, just like a forest is self-sustaining. So the water is a valuable resource. We don't want to discard it. We want to keep it here as intended, right? And our, so all of the nutrients, like rather than putting it out in the curb, we try to keep it on site. So everything is supposed to like stay there. So it's also focused. To me, permaculture is kind of a blend of nature preserve meets community garden. So yeah, it's like a resilient forest.
It's fascinating. Permaculture is like my new Google search. I'm deep in it. I'm fascinated. I have like a little tiny baby plant collection in my house, and I'm looking at them like, how can I make your lives better? What can I do? So I love the way that you have this balance that's really present in your life, but there's also this really passionate piece that's within you for community. And I've seen it with you educating the kids. I've seen it here in our community, just making sure the music is as impactful as possible. While they were playing Tell Me a Tale, all I could hear was like, this is their divine gift, and they're sharing it with us in pursuit of us then aligning with divinity. And like, that's just, and you play a huge role in that. And you take it a step further. On the next slide, she's got this really great group called the Garden Girlies Club.
Yeah. I started a group this year. And so what I want to do with this group is to create community for self-sufficiency or for community sufficiency and supporting our local economy. One thing I'm very, very passionate about is using your dollar extremely, what's the word I'm looking for? Like consciously, yes. Intentionally, yes, exactly. Because Starbucks is just my best example of this. But you buy something at Starbucks, and maybe you're supporting a few jobs here, but most of that millions of dollars is going to headquarters out. And so when we shop places that are non-local, it's kind of like they're siphoning our economy out of here. So what the Garden Girlies does is we go to local coffee shops, we go to local nurseries, we go to local CSAs and community gardens, and we try to support local businesses and get exposure to them, and we just have fun and we be silly, and so it's been really great, and I have a lot of vision for this group to hopefully do some bigger projects. We're going to start educating each other, because some of these women in here, well, all of them of course, but they're incredibly talented. One lady is doing her dissertation on commercial land, turning it into urban farmland. Another one is a civil engineer, and she's really passionate about stormwater. And it's really, really exciting and really cool to create that. And before I created this group, I didn't kind of know who could help me, and grow my knowledge. And so I just, on a whim, just kind of made it, and it's been great. Every single month we meet, and we at a local coffee shop, and we try to pair it with an activity. Sometimes we'll do crafts, sometimes we'll go, but usually we go to a community garden or a space that we can support. But
it's so cute.
It's adorable. It's very cute.
I really love it. I'm gonna invite the band to wiggle their way back up. So this last question I have is selfish. We were talking and kind of going over some things, and she shared some really profound thoughts with me about fences. and billboards. And so I'll ask you to answer that question, and then Cynthia is actually going to sing our last song for us today, so we get to hear a little bit of her beautiful voice. So if you'll share with me your opinions,
Yeah.
your very strong opinions
Yes,
on
I-
fences and billboards.
I have. So I was walking in my neighborhood, and I had this experience with this creek area that I was trying to go see. It was after a rain. I wanted to like go investigate. One of my favorite things to do is use my Seek app and scan different like species and stuff. And on my walks, I pick up trash, and this fence was preventing me from doing good in the world. And it just kind of dawned on me, because I really feel that sometimes fencing and billboards the same way, they by design disrupt our inherent connection with nature. Like I think sometimes they have an effect that is wasn't really thought out. It's kind of unconsciously, but messing with our psyche. I think, how many of you have like driven and you're looking at beautiful, beautiful trees, and then bam, there's a lawyer billboard, and I'm like, if I needed a lawyer, I would look it up, and so there's so sometimes it's disruptive, and it's jarring. And same thing with like if there's certain fencing. Of course, there's needs sometimes, but one of my mentalities is really just we need to enhance our access to nature. And sometimes that's through public spaces. So I did this thing with the River Oaks Stormwater Commission. I did a couple of presentations with them. And one of my suggestions for these drainage creeks that run behind people's houses was, instead of bulldozing and cementing and fencing them off, was to just embrace community, put up signage, make it a pollinator space, make it like a little mini park, something, to embrace the good in people and give us more grace, I guess, because sometimes with overly fencing and overly protecting, and somebody who's going to bolt cut a fence, they're going to bolt cut a fence. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pick up trash and look for bugs, So I don't know. That's kind of my opinions on that disconnect that we have, that I think we're not necessarily being as conscious of with our mental and spiritual grounding, ness.
I love it. It had me dying. Now I can't look at a fence the same way.
It's
So I
like, is it
appreciate
needed? Is it needed? What's it doing? What's it really doing?
If we can have a big round of applause for Miss Cynthia. Thank you so much. I have truly enjoyed this series. I hope you all have as well. This last song is in Spanish, so I invite you to sit, relax, read the lyrics. Larry, it's your time to shine. And thank you again.
Check. Oh, there we are. Okay.
Tanto tiempo disfrutamos de este amor, nuestras almas se acercaron, tanto así que yo guardo tu sabor, pero tú llevas también sabor a mí. Si negaras mi presencia en tu vivir, bastaría con abrazarte y conversar. Tanta vida yo te di que por fuerzas tienes ya sabor a mí. No pretendo ser tu dueña, no soy nadie, yo no tengo vanidad de boca llevarás sabor a mí. No pretendo ser tu dueña, no soy nada, yo no tengo vanidad. En mi vida doy lo bueno, soy tan pobre que otras cosas puedo dar. Pasarán más de 1000 años, muchos más, ya no sé si tengo amor la eternidad, pero allá tal como aquí, en la boca llevarás sabor a mí, sabor a mí, sabor a
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I picked our poem today because it talks about how we have everything that we need here already. And it's my understanding that in this community, we have everyone, everything that we need to make an impact on this world, to change the spaces around us, to create something greater than ourselves. So go today. Remember that you are part of something much bigger than yourself. And in this place, there is magic beyond anything that you could ever comprehend. You are so loved. You are more than enough. And I can't wait to see you guys next week.